What's going on, everybody? I'm Dante,
And I'm Chris.
and welcome back to Yugi Dudes. Grab the door, Matt. You're good. Anyways, go ahead, Chris.
So anyway, today we're going to be talking about the recent ban list that just dropped. The one that's going to be taking effect on Monday, I believe?
Monday
Yeah.
the 17th.
Yeah.
Yep, as the calendar says back here, Monday the 17th.
Yep. So this dropped
Set
the
it
other
on the stove,
night,
Matt.
Or this dropped last night as of this recording, rather. And yeah, it's the one we've been waiting for forever. I know a lot of tubers have done, roulette reactions to the ban list. I know Cap G does like a live reaction. Well, to be honest with you, we've already read this. We've already reacted to it. We've already kind of discussed it. I just want to go.
Maybe we'll do a reaction next time.
Yeah, maybe we'll actually do that next time. We'll like live
Do a live stream
won't
and
even
like,
look or anything.
holy crap.
Right. So
Yeah, but he'll get real itchy till then.
yeah, no doubt. So we're gonna go over kind of like our opinions on the list. We'll just kind of go by card for all the changes.
First opinion: Trickstars should have died.
But they didn't. No Trickstar Reincarnation was hit. No Trickstar Candina was hit.
Firewall was not hit.
No, well, we're getting there one card at a time here. So we'll start off with the newly forbidden cards. So our first forbidden card on the list is Samsara Lotus. I wasn't really sure why they hit this card. I know there must be some sort of play in the OCG that I'm not really aware of, but Samsara Lotus got hit. It's whatever. It never really did anything here. Maybe there was something that it could have done. Maybe something that it might do. I don't really know. It seems to me like they did a panic move like they did with Grand Soil. And I think they did that with the Tyrant Neptune back a couple formats ago, which is still forbidden. But, hey, whatever. Samsara Lotus is banned. That didn't really affect me at all. Next up on the forbidden list, we have Nightmare Goblin. This is one that I kind of saw.
Yeah, it didn't surprise me either.
Yeah, no.
The fact they did just Goblin and not Unicorn surprised me.
Well, no, Goblin made more sense because it's like the stepping stone to like extra linking. It's one of the major pieces to it. Plus, it's a link to. It's really easy to go into. Just being part of part of the core Nightmare engine between Phoenix, Goblin, and Unicorn. Really, just kind of. I guess I'm being moved.
No, you're fine.
Really
I was trying to get it more centered.
It's fine. Really, just I don't know. I mean, I guess this makes sense. It's in a way, I'm kind of glad this got hit and not Firewall, even though Firewall is, let's admit it, broken here. And I think finally
Isn't he already at limited?
Yeah, Firewall is limited. Finally, MX Saber Invoker rather. Invoker, yeah, I kind of saw that one. I don't have too much to say about that. I didn't think that they were necessarily going to ban the card outright. Maybe put it to one, but since you never really see people run more than one anyway, I guess it kind of makes sense. So, but yeah, those are the forbidden cards. I they don't really affect me too much. Goblin was like the most expected one, followed by Invoker.
Goblin was in my fur hire build, but I can just as easily do it without.
Yeah. Moving on to the limited list, we have A Assault Core. This is one that people are kind of puzzled about, but you have A Assault Core equips with monsters and it protects against monster destruction. B Buster Drake equips and does protects for spells, and C Crush Wyvern protects against traps. And really, if they were going to limit one, it kind of had to be Assault Core, just because of. I guess because of monster destruction is most prevalent in the game right now. Spell and trap destruction, it's there, but Assault Core. I know there was some crazy combo, like some FTK combo involving Assault Core and all kind of things that kind of makes more sense, I guess. Coming up next, the meme card that's been on everybody's mind for the last few years.
Oh my god, they freed him!
They freed Stratos!
Stratos is back, everybody.
I have mixed feelings about this. On one hand, I guess it's about time. People have been clamoring for his
And I
return.
still didn't get my pot of greed.
Yeah, no. You'll never get that.
I want my... Well, they're bringing out pot of greed and riches.
That's true. Well,
I'll settle for that.
It's called pot of something else. It's just...
Either way, I'll settle for it.
Pot Pot of indulgence. That's what it
Either
is.
way, I'll settle for it.
So I'm happy for Stratos. You know, I can see it coming back into the game. I can like defend either point on
Dust
that.
off your e-heroes, everybody.
Yeah, because now you're gonna have like 80 search targets. Okay, not quite that many, but whatever.
Something like that.
So I can understand coming back. You know, I think people are gonna be pretty happy about that. And with the new hero decks coming out here in a few weeks.
Oh God, those are coming out, aren't they?
They are, even though I don't think Elements of Heroes
man.
is
Dude,
one of them, but
Tell you what, we totally got to do an unboxing of those.
I mean it's the same in every box, but sure.
I know, but everybody still does them.
That's true. So I'm alright with that coming back. I can see it back at one.
Grab two of them, one for me, one for you, and then just open one of them.
Right. Stratos coming back, that's totally fine. I'm more excited about Morphing Jar coming back.
Oh God, cancer.
Yeah. Now Morphing Jar it's a card that's been banned for a while now. I can't remember exactly when it got banned. I want to say it was about 2011, was it? What, 2014? Okay, so it's 2014 apparently. So it's been banned now for about 4 years, and now it's coming back, and I think that's actually a really interesting thing.
Didn't they it's limited, right?
It's limited, yeah. So they brought it back to 1. I think it's a good thing. I guess it's kind of one of those things for like rogue pushing.
No empty jar for you yet.
No, because we still have Morphing Jar number 2, but still. Morphing Jar coming back into the game, I think, because not many people I don't think are going to really run it, because if you're discarding your entire hand, you're going to trigger anything that floats in the graveyard, and you really don't want to do that. And you get to draw 5 cards, which I mean is good, but I'm not sure that people are going to want to run the risk of dumping something from their opponent's hand that's going to give them a massive amount of advantage. I don't think that's going to be a thing people are going to want to do. So Morphing Jar coming back, I think, is a good thing, but I don't see that it's going to make a huge impact. It could go to 2 or maybe even 3 in the next couple of formats. We'll see.
We'll see what happens, I guess. If Empty Jar comes back, goodbye, everybody. I'm done for a little while.
Morphing Jar number 2 has to come back for that to really be viable, but it could happen.
You never know at this point.
That's true. Next up on the limited list, this is another one I kind of saw coming. Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. The reason I saw this coming, I think it's the same as pretty much everyone who knows how it works. You don't just stop at 1 Electromite, you go to 2 or even 3 of them. And so putting it at 1, I think, will actually make the card at least significantly more power crept out. It requires Pendulum Monsters to summon, which isn't that hard of a requirement.
It's easy as hell.
Yeah, it's very easy, and I think it's rank 3 or link 3 rather. It is, and I think it's so easy to get out, and people just go over and over again with Electromite. Putting it at 1 brings it back in check. I think it's a good hit. Cyphering Lord Omega. That's one that I think is kind of one of those like, did it really need to happen hits? And in ways I can see yes. In other ways, it's like, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I'm not terribly familiar with Cyframes. But I do know that Omega is a problem card, and bringing it back down to 1, kind of like with Electromite, kind of brings it into that sort of like power perspective, I would call it, where it's like, you can't really abuse it too much. You can't get like 2 of them and banish both of them, get rid of 2 things your opponent's got, or anything like that. Not with just 1, you can't.
Well,
But anyway,
There's always a way, man.
as far as it stands,
for anyone wondering, our friend Matt's way over there in the peanut gallery, just
he is.
flapping his jaws.
He
Matt
is.
DBM from the Budget Tech video.
Yep. Anyway, so moving on to the next card on the list, Evil Swarm Excision Knight. This is one that kind of surprised me as coming back as to like.
Evil Swarms in general.
Well,
When was the last time they were relevant?
They've been relevant on and off here and there in the last few
I was gonna
years.
say I can't talk lately. My Pennsylvania's showing me, Mom. Thanks to you.
Excision Knight coming back into the game, I think it's okay. I think it's to the point that it's been power crept out. I don't think it's going to be a big deal anymore. Because I know I can't remember exactly what it does off the top of my head. I know it like pops things or something like that. I know
Exit on that?
Yeah, exit.
Oh, you can detach 1 material and Regeki the field.
That's right. Yeah. So I don't think it again, kind of like because
I was gonna say that for those that didn't hear that, because he's far from the mic. Well, it's not that you're also like too far from the mic. So say the combo, Chris. that he mentioned?
Yeah, so you bring out the or the Excision Knight, and you get to detach one to Raigeki your opponent's field. It was a big problem card back in the day, and when it got banned, I 100% agreed with it. I thought it was a really good ban, but now, again, with power creep and like Master Rule 4, and things want to get blown up, so I don't see it being a major problem in the upcoming format. I really don't think it... I mean, it might see some play in some weird decks. I don't think it'll see a lot, though. The next up on the limited list is A Hero Lives. This was a good hit, especially with Stratos coming back. This was a really good trade to make. Give up 2 copies of A Hero Lives for the exchange of 1 Stratos, because where A Hero Lives used to go into Shadow Mist all the time, and that would lead into Dark Law plays and whatnot. Now A Hero Lives is almost...
I was going to say, because Dual Disc is going to be in the new decks, isn't it?
What?
The disc, Elemental Hero disc, whatever.
We'll get him.
Disc
That's Destiny Heroes, but we'll get there.
All right.
So, anyway, so A Hero Lives now being limited to 1, I think is a really good trade. You know, you pay half your life points, get to your Stratos. And I think that's going to leave it in 2 good plays. Card Destruction, the next card on the list, one of the other ones.
Oh, thank God.
Yes. It's kind of in the same boat as Morphing Jar, where I don't think a whole lot of decks will run it, but I think enough will, just for that draw advantage. I know...
Danger and Dark Worlds.
Danger, Dark Worlds, yeah, will probably run it, because you get things, you know, that activate in the graveyard. I'm probably going to play it in my Trickstars, personally, just for lulz, because... What are you doing?
Doing this. Because you and your fucking Trickstars.
Leave my Trickstars alone.
Fuck you.
No.
Apparently Konami did too.
Yeah, right? Yeah, Konami.
Cool.
Get rid of Trickstars, damn it.
No.
Ban them.
No.
Ban
So I'm actually really happy.
Just ban Reincarnation.
I'm really happy
Just
that Card
Reincarnation.
Destruction... No, it's not going to happen. I'm
Yeah,
glad Card
completely.
Destruction is back. I can
give us pot of
see...
greed.
I can see that it might be a broken card to come back now. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. I don't know. I think it's... In a way, because it's a spell, it is automatically better than Morphing Jar. At least Morphing Jar has a restriction of A, you draw a very set number of cards at 5, and B, it has the downside of being a flip effect monster. Card Destruction is just kind of like, here you go, Card Destruction, bam.
It's like, here. There goes my hand. I just threw it in the garbage.
Yep. The next one on the list is Sky Striker Mega Hornet Drones.
A Sky Striker getting hit did not surprise me.
Yeah, no. And Hornet Drones was going to be the one that would, I mean, other than that, I mean, maybe Mobilize Engage. I kind of doubt it, but I guess it could have.
Yeah, because, you know, Trickstar Sky Strikers.
Right.
Sky Striking Trickstars, I don't know what you call them.
I think Hornet Drones is the one that generates tokens.
Yes,
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drones is the one that generates tokens. That's kind of like
Look
the
at you,
obvious
Matt, acting
one.
like you know things.
And
I'm just messing with you.
Hornet Drones being able to generate tokens was obviously a problem, because those are used for basically free link plays.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see Hornet Drones going to 1. Super Polymerization coming back from 0. Oh my god, going back to 1 with Super Poly. I know
Super
this...
Poly was banned like, what, 3-4 years ago?
Something like that. It's been out of the game for a while. But
Since Dino Rabbit.
yeah, Dino Rabbit was a thing when Super Poly was still
Oh,
around.
God.
Yeah, that's right. Super Poly coming back into the game, it could swing either way, so whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's an unnegatable quick play spell, so that's kind of interesting in its own right. Here's the thing. I don't know if it's, again, just like the other ones that are coming back, I don't know if it's going to make as big of an impact. I think it's coming back for things that are coming up with Soul Fusion, and because we're getting a whole bunch of like new support for like Elemental Heroes, and we just got
We're getting
Nebula
new support
Neos.
for Elemental Heroes, one of the bigger road decks, Crusadia. We're getting a lot of support that you didn't that I didn't even expect.
Right, but we're getting those
The
things
E-Heroes
now.
I didn't expect at all, honestly.
We're getting those things now, and that really makes it an interesting pick. Will it be broken again? Will they ban it again? I guess time will tell in this new
Stratos
format.
is going back to jail, guys.
Nah,
Enjoy him while you got him.
Probably not Stratos. I don't think so much Stratos, just because Stratos coming back now after being, in jail on all these years, and he's on probation right now. He's got to talk to the parole officer.
Exactly. He's got his parole officer, all that. What was that for, Matt?
So
We weren't even making fun of you.
No,
We were being serious. The ban
Stratos.
list is pretty much... If you're banned, it's pretty much jail for Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, it really is.
That's why the meme was free my brother Stratos.
Yeah.
I'm using that word in term of the actual meme.
So, moving on to semi-limited, honestly, everything on semi-limited is more or less whatever. Cosmo Dark Destroyer coming back to 2 from 1. Cosmos have not been relevant in a couple of years. I mean, they were relevant during the time they were out. Ultimately, not a whole lot of play. Dark Destroyer coming back to 2, not a big deal. Just run into another copy of it off of your, I don't know, Slip Rider or your Forerunner or whatever. Or Slip Rider, I think is what you need to get. You don't really need it, but having two Dark Destroyers is not going to make a big impact in the game. Moving to Called by the Grave. This is the one on the list that I don't agree with. Called by the Grave, basically if an effect in the graveyard is activated, you can just say nope, and that card just fizzles, does nothing. I don't agree.
Kind of looks like this.
Yeah, I don't agree with Called by the Grave going to 2 because of the prevalence of hand traps. You know, you want to play a card.
Hand traps are... The game is hand traps anymore.
Well, a lot of it is. You got, your Ghost
Trap
Ogres.
cards are obsolete at this point, like
yeah.
we stated before.
You've got your Ash Blossoms. You got your Ghost Ogres. You got your Ghost Bells and Haunted Mansions.
Your Winter Cherries.
Right, all those things, and they all activate in the graveyard, and Called by the Grave stops all of them. And I think removing one option for stopping hand traps does kind of hurt a little bit, but it's Konami. Maybe it'll go back to 3, maybe it'll go to 1, who knows. We'll know in a couple formats.
I was going to say, because Dylan was showing me his Cyber Stack, and it's pretty trap heavy.
Yeah. Next up on the list is Scapegoat. Scapegoat going to 2. I can understand why. It's a free Link 4. It's a free board reload. It's a free not a board reload, but it's a free firewall dragon. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Because my Fur Hires runs 2 of them
right.
in general.
And so Scapegoat going to 2 will at least lower the consistency of seeing those like spammy rank 4 or Link 4 plays. I'm stuck in Xyz era, I guess.
Stuck in the what? The XZ era?
I guess, apparently.
He's stuck in Zexal, his least favorite anime.
Yeah, I suppose I am.
As far as Yu-Gi-Oh! Is.
So,
we haven't seen Brains yet, though.
Brains is just now getting dubbed.
About time.
With Scapegoat going to 2, it lowers on the whole spectrum of, like, token spam and just, like, relying on tokens in general. They didn't hit Galaxy Tomahawk, which I guess this is an okay trade for not hitting Tomahawk. Whatever. And finally, Terraforming going to 2.
Terraforming, the only thing that got hit in his Trickstar deck. All.
No, Goblin was in there too.
I never watched you pull Goblin, but I watched you use Terra.
I never bothered to go into Goblin because I wasn't trying to extra link. I was winning before that.
Exactly, that's why I said Terra, the only thing that really did hit you.
I just got flipped off camera.
Yeah. Matt DBM got him, just like, fuck
Terraforming
you.
going to 2. Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't go the OCG route with this and I put it at 1 or even at 0. I actually called way back when Circuit Break was coming out that Terraforming was going to 0 then because we were getting Metaverse, and Terraforming, being the spell in the relationship here, automatically trumps Metaverse. Maybe Metaverse will see play as a replacement Terraforming. I kind of doubt it, but
we'll see what happens because most decks have a field spell now.
If you don't have a field spell in your deck, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Those are
excluding Seal of Orichalcos.
Yeah. So, coming off the list entirely, going back to 3, Apoclephort Towers. This is fine. Cleforts are dead. You do see them once in a while. They are making a very slight resurgence now that Towers is coming completely off the list again. That's a card that went in a very weird arc from like 0 back to 1 and like 2 and 3 really quickly.
Pay that deck.
Yeah. So Towers.
What'd you call it? What'd you say?
Pay 8 that deck.
Yeah.
Pay 8 deck.
Yeah, because Cleafort Scout is pay 800 to search a Cleafort.
It's a pay to win.
Yep.
Yeah, it literally is.
It's if EA made Yu-Gi-Oh. Even though they're getting rid of the pay to win for Battlefield 5.
Or Blizzard. Blizzard's that way too.
Oh God,
Damn
yes.
Hearthstone.
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Well, Overwatch is more aesthetics, but you still gotta pay and take a chance
right, but
to get what you want.
so Towers coming off the list
Thanks, Blizzard.
is fine, whatever.
Still love your games though; they're great.
Yeah,
They do play great.
Destiny Hero Disc Commander going straight from 0 to 3. This is an interesting one because when Konami announced that Disc Commander was going to be in the new reprinted in the new decks.
Yeah, the new Legendary Collection decks.
That was pretty much an obvious sign we were going to get Disc Commander back.
He's going to come back, whether 1 or 2. I didn't expect 3, honestly.
It doesn't matter. Do you know what his new effect is?
No.
So the way Disc Commander used to work was that if he was brought back from the graveyard, you could just draw 2 cards. But now you have to wait a turn. I think it's the turn after you bring him back now. You can draw 2 cards.
Him up a little bit.
But you can only use it once per duel.
Oh, they made him hard once per duel.
He's a once per duel effect now.
Okay, that is gonna kind of nerf
bringing him back
to
3 is like, okay,
fine.
You got one of them off, but what are you gonna do with the other 2? It's not like you're gonna make a big play with, reborning your Disc Commanders over and over again. You're gonna get it one time.
You can't use the infinite loop.
Well, no, you're not gonna do that, and you're not gonna just keep drawing things. You're not gonna play it in like zombies or anything like that, or to bring it back or anything like that. So Disc Commander going back to 3, I think is fine.
Yeah, and thank you Konami for fixing him.
Yeah, so he's not so broken.
Yeah.
Burial from a Different Dimension going back to 3, that's another one that's fine because even though banishing is a big part of the game, you have Pot of Desires that banishes 10 in order to draw 2. Bringing back your monsters to the graveyard, maybe it allows them to trigger their floating effects in the graveyard. I haven't really seen a whole lot of burial rather being played even at 2. Even at 1 I didn't see a lot of it. So coming back to 3 is whatever. And the last card on the list is Ring of Destruction. Now, Ring of Destruction is a very interesting card overall because I understand why it got banned the first time. Both players took damage at the same time equal to the monster's attack. But you could also chain Ring of Defense to make your damage 0 while your opponent took the full damage. Now you can't do that with Ring of Destruction. The way it works now is that you destroy the monster. Oh, and your opponent has to have at least equal or more than life points to what you're destroying. So you destroy the monster, you take all the damage first, and then they take whatever damage you took. So if you lower...
So you can cause yourself to lose doing that.
Yeah. And then,
essentially.
Yeah, because... Then, if you're playing Ring of Destruction at that point, then why would you?
Yeah. I could name someone who just might and not realize what he just did.
Yeah, because... But anyway, yeah, if you... So, you do all that.
It's not you, Matt.
No. Ring of Destruction going back to 3. It wasn't seeing any play at 1. It wasn't seeing much play at 2. Putting it back to 3...
You're probably going to see any play still.
Yeah. I mean, it might in, burn decks. It might, in some, rogue strategies. Ultimately, bringing, everything that came back to, 3, and even bringing back, Card Destruction and Morphing Jar, was kind of, for rogue players. Because rogues like doing that. So, overall, I think this was a really, really good list. I think Konami did a really good job. I don't think that they messed up anything too bad except for
honestly, I think that's probably why they took so long to release it was they were taking their time on it, making sure that they were doing something right for once.
Well, I know a lot of people
still didn't get rid of Trick Stars, but oh well.
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
I can suffer with Trick Stars for another format.
Well, and the next list is probably going to be sometime in late November or early December.
Yeah, I know.
So
just take your time on that one, Konami. Make sure you think hard about what you've done.
They said the very next one won't be at least until November 20th. So we know we have at least that long.
Yeah, at least, 2 months at this
point?
point?
A little over 2 months at this point. So,
yeah, a little over.
A little over 2 months.
Like 3 days over at least. 3 or 4 days.
We got 2 months and 5 days at least until the next one comes out. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the list. Do you have anything specific you want us to talk about the list, or?
Just obviously leave a comment of what you liked, what you didn't like. Honestly, the list didn't affect me. The only thing it hit that I was using was Goblin. and that was in Fur Hires, and I don't even use that often.
Maybe one copy of Terraforming.
I never used terraforming.
So, but yeah, if you
I haven't used terraforming since, what was it, that Dark World deck back in like 2015.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that structure
Where you got-
deck.
Yeah, where you got gates.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
that was the last time I used terraforming.
If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe,
Hit the little
notification
notification bell, and of course, we'll see you all
next time.
next time.
button. Bye.
Peace.